So good evening once again. So what I'll just do is I'll just connect to my data source. We'll be using the same data source. The same data source we've been using since sample superstore. So I'll just drag in the order. I can just to repeat the whole process, the join process. I'll just do that. I'll drop this in. So we have that. For those that just like a refresher, right? So I'll go to the new sheet. So today we'll be looking at how we can use parameter for use cases. So let's say, for example, now I have customer name here, right? And I have the sales, right? And I put it in descending order. Let us assume that I want a situation where I want a situation where I can also have product name. I want a situation where I can also have what else? Maybe, so you see, because I want a situation where I can have product name. So, okay, let me just do something like this. So I want a situation where I can have product name also. So if maybe, for example, I click on, I want to see product name separately. I want to see customer name separately. Maybe, for example, I even want to see what else? Maybe sales per state separately, right? There should be a way for me to, see these things. So we'd look for a way that where you can navigate and pick. Rather than, I don't want to see all of them together. I want to see them separately. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, you want to your data, they want to be able to understand that this is the customer name per sales, this is the state per sales, this is the product name per sales. We want to be able to see it from a parameter. We can also even attach the top 10 to it, but I'll leave that to you. You can go and do that on your own because I already taught you how to put the top 10. So I will just show you how to do the parameter for this. So just like we may create the parameter before, we'll click on this drop down here. So I want to believe that everybody has state, some sales and customer name here. Guys, I need us to communicate because we have like 5 things to do.
I thought we were doing a refreshing of what we did last week, or we are just starting straight ahead.
I'm starting straight with what we did. I just mentioned it here. So what we did, mention that this is for use cases.
Okay, that's okay then. Thanks.
Yeah, so we should have sales and customer name here, right? Everyone, do we have that? Guys, answer now.
Yes, I've got my there.
Okay, so you will create the parameter. So click on this drop down here and we'll click on create parameter. Or you can always, right click here also and create the parameter. So I'll create the parameter for say the dimension we want. So maybe like we can call it maybe we can call it chosen dimension. So we'll call that chosen dimension, and we would call it a string. And this time around, we're going to use a list. So we add list to it. But we have to make sure that the name that we are putting in the name of this value is the name of this value here is the same as the name here. So if I type customer name here, if for example I type customer name like this, small letter N, it will not accept it. So make sure that anytime you are using anything like this, it must be exactly as written. It is cap sensitive. Do you understand? So we'll click on add. So okay, yeah, we can just product, but don't do that. Undo. Sorry about that. I'll just cancel this quickly. Now I'll start that process again. So I said chosen chosen dimension, right? Then I change this to string list, and I put what customer name. Then we add value. We add another one. We'll see product name. Then we can add another one. See distinct. So based on that, so we have customer name, product name. This is exactly the way it is. Product name, right? Customer name. Even if you want to have, even before this, if you want to have, let me just maybe remove this one. Let's say you want to put, let us say state. No, not state. Let us say we want to put region. They will not have states, but we don't really do. We really need it. Okay, if you put region, just put state. So yeah, so we can have that. So all I'll just do is I'll just click OK. I want to believe you have all written this customer name, product name, region, and state. I better still just remove region. It doesn't really matter. We have just 3 regions, so we don't really really need that to be there. So if you have customer name, product name, and state, then we just click on OK. So I'll leave this for a few minutes. Are we all on track so far? Guys.
Yes, did you click OK or you didn't?
No, I've not clicked OK yet. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
so yeah, so you can click OK. I'm just waiting for those that are behind. So if you are up to speed, you just click OK. So I clicked on OK now. So yeah, I'll just come down here. I'll say what show parameter. So it shows the parameter in. But of course, we said something. We must always find a way to tie our parameter to this for it to work. So we have to we have to link our parameter to our visualization. So, but what we want to do is that when we click on product name, anything that is here, this product will change. This thing will change to product. If you click on state, it should change to state. That's what we want to do. So how do we do that? We have to create a calculation field. Now, if I click on drop down, create calculation field, we'll use the use cases. So we'll call it calculation field. We'll call it what? Chosen. Call it chosen. Let us say chosen parameter. Right? So we'll use a case statement here. So the thing will be a case. So click case chosen dimension.
Sorry, Ayo, can I stop you, please? So sorry.
Yeah,
I can't find the parameters I created.
You're supposed to just scroll down on the left or better. Okay, let me just.
Yeah, it will be by the parameter section, right?
Yeah, just under it here.
Find it.
Have you found it?
No.
Okay, you know what? So what you can do is this. Yeah. So country here, just maybe create an hierarchy with your country. So you can create hierarchy, call it like location, just to like compress this stuff because I was not planning to do that before, so I'll just compress it. Hierarchy, I put sorry about the noise. So I have region here. So under region I have state. Though region I've not converted it to then after state I have postcode, right? So here we can change this to geographic. You say create, you say So we create it from states, right? Because it's region, so we create it from states. I don't know if you guys get what I mean. So we did it in the last class. So what we are doing is we created this from state. So what I'll just do is I would close the hierarchy so it can show more. I can probably drag this one up. Then I'll just create. I'll bring the into location too quickly. I'll just put city now. So I'll close this just to reduce the amount. I'll hide these guys. I'll hide the row, the order ID. I hide the customer ID. I don't need those ones. So I don't need shipment date. I'll just hide that. So everything is up now. So we can see what we have here. If you do that for yourself too, you're able to see it. So who was asking? Who was telling me that she can't find a parameter?
It's Kemi.
Have you found it now?
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
can't remember what we labeled it. What did you
choosing
call it?
dimension.
Dimension.
Choosing
Yes,
dimension.
yes. I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so we'll create a calculation field now. So what I'll do is come and create calculation field. So I'll call that calculation field what? Chosen parameter. Then we'll use the case statement this time around. So the case. So case chosen dimension. So you can drag in chosen dimension, just drag and drop it, or you can type it out. So that's just like I just showed you a shortcut, but you can type it out. So you can choosing dimension, then you click it here, or you drag it. So case choosing dimension. Right? So when customer so what we can do is when customer so it's customer name. So when customer name, right? Then customer name. So what we are saying is the case that we're going to is chosen dimension. In the chosen dimension, we have written customer name, we have written product name, we have written state. So it's saying case the chosen dimension. When this thing picks on, when we click on customer name, what it should bring for us is customer name. You understand? So when on the chosen dimension, we click on product name, we select product name, then it should what? Then it should return what? It should return product name. So when we ask it to select, when we select state, then it should return what? It should return to us state. It should return to us state. Then we'll always end it with an end. So if we look at here now, it says the case. When you use case expression, it tell you case. It should say, it says, let me just type in a case. So it tells you how to use case. Case when then, case when then, or else. So if, for example, maybe when this is this, return this, else return something else. Right? So if I was doing two things, I can just say if I pick on this, return this. If not, return this. Right? So that's how you use case. So case statement. So you can look into, you can look at this, you can try and once you just type it here to show you the stuff here. I show you an example. Case Roman this, when this, then this, when this, then this, else this. You get. So yeah, so like that. So I'll just let me use the proper end. So I can copy this. If you type in exactly what I typed, then you can use this code that I'm sending you. So I send the code to the chat for those that are slow to copy it. So that's the code in the chat. And I will just say what okay here. So when I click on okay, I can remove this customer name, right? Because you already chosen parameter, if you put it here, then we'll put it in ascending order. Because you have already tied it to this. If we are click on this, if you click on this, you see it will change. If you click on this, it will change. If you click on this, it will change. Have you understand? So we can still go further now. Like I said, we can still go further to what's it called? We can go to filter, right? You go to filter. If you go to top, and you go to by field, and we go to create a parameter for the top 10. Just like I said, so we can call it like top 10, right? And we have like, so we have like, we can have top 100, right? On the list, and just leave it like that and just say what? Okay. Now it's there, right? So we apply this, right? Then we can tie it. Okay, then we can show the parameter, right? So we have the top 10. So you see, I've already kind of like tied everything to it. So if I come here, I see go and choose parameter and you choose like, so here what we can do is now we can now come to the title, right? This top 10, I'm just doing it so that you can see how I'm imputing, I'm using these things together. But we have done it before.
Yes, we've done it, but let's take this as revision. Please, your pace is too fast. Please.
So I'll just go over that again. So I'll delete it. So I did this. So what I did was I clicked, I told you there are different ways to add parameters. So this like a quick way to add it, like I just added now. So you click on the drop down here, you click on filter. Then when you click on filter, you come to top. Then you click on top. Then you come to field, by field. You click on by field. Then you click this drop down. You see, it already shows you top 10. But we don't want to use this top 10. We want it to be something that we can move around like with the parameter. When you're showing your stakeholders, you can see top 15, you can see top 20. So we just use this. So I click on this drop down, you say create a new parameter. Then it brings you here automatically. Then you name that parameter. We can even name it top. Yeah, just name it top. Doesn't really matter. So here is already saying that the display format is 10 because he knows that it's an integer. So he has selected integer for a type of data. So it's 10. So we leave the value, current value is 10. We leave it like that. No problem. So we look at range. You can use the step size of 1 so that you can move from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 like that. So I'll just leave this on for like a minute there so that anybody that's yeah, so I'll just click on OK. Now I will click on OK again. Then I have the parameter I chosen. So what I'll just do is I will say it should show parameter. So you see it's already there. There's a way you can tie it to a calculation field, but of course, because this one we have something that is already tied to this, then we don't want to, we want it to all be tied to this like this. So we have that. So we can easily change it. We can change to customer, it shows you the top 10. We can change to product, it shows you the top 10. We can change to state, it shows you the top 10, right? So this is one way you can use parameters. So what we want to also do is change the title, right? So we can say top 10. You can say top, we set the value. What's the value? The value of the parameter. So top. So of the parameter. You can see top whatever for chosen parameter, insert chosen parameter by the top 10 top 10 sales. Top 10 sales, right? Top whatever sales. So to top sales by the chosen parameter. So if I click on OK, but before I click on OK, I can like change the format of the title. Then I can say, okay, let me give this a different color, a different size. Let me give like 17, 18. And put this to 18. Then probably change the color of this one. So their color. Let me see a similar color for both of them. So I say apply. So what has it done? So it has said okay, so it's not by choosing parameter diversity. So top 10 by what choosing dimension, right? So if I apply that, so yeah. So all I just change the font. So you say top 10 sales by state or top 10 states by sale. Top 10 states by sales. So maybe you can use that. Top whatever by sorry about that. So we can have something like so, we'll apply this. So top 10 states by sales, right? So what we do was top, then put the parameter, what the parameter is showing. If we change the value of that top, like it will change accordingly. Yeah. So I'll just leave this for a while. Or better still, I can just do copy and I put it in the chat again for those of us that are slow. Right. So it's in the chat, just pick it up. So I'll say, okay, so we have that. So if I move this, you see the value is changing from 12 to 15 to 16 to whatever. If I change this customer, it changes to customer name. So this one, so it changes to product name. It changes to state. So what I'll just do is just to make this like really nice, what I can do is I can come to this chosen parameter, right? I would edit it. I'll change this to customer rather than customer name. It looks somehow pretty customer name, so I'll just use customer. I'll use product name. I'll apply, of course, there'll be an error somewhere, something there. It will not work again, right? Why is it working? It shouldn't work here. It shouldn't work again here. So the product should not work too. So you see it's no. So it's just because I like changed the name there. So I'll just come and edit it. Yeah. So I'll say of course once I do that, it came back. So that's that as regards to that. So I just put it back to 10. So top 10 products by sales, top 10 whatever by sales, top 10 customer, top 10 customer by sales, top 10 states by sales, right? So we have that. So as one, so I want to believe that we get that. So we can, the usual thing we do, edit further edit these things. We can do that. That would be good. If you edit it and you use it for your what do you call it, for your demo. It's always beautiful. So I'll call this one sales bar. Sales bar visualization, just for the purpose of the class. So I'll go to the next one. So this time around, we're going to do the month by sales. So I can put that's date order by what sales. So but this one I'll change it to the date. This month here, the month in the dimension, right? So it will be green. If I change the month in dimension, it will be green. So for this one, we want to create a parameter. So we want to be able to calculate maybe total sales, average sales, total profit, that kind of a thing. Or for this. So what we can do for this one is create the calculation field. I will create a dimension. So first we'll create the dimension like we've been doing normally. So I'll come here, I'll say create. So we'll create a parameter first like we've been doing. So first I'll create a parameter. So I'll name that parameter what status table. You can see since it's a measure, since it's a dimension or measure, so since a measure, we can say chosen measure, right? Because we are using, so we can say chosen measure. Here we're going to use string. We're going to use a list. So we'd say what total sales. We have average sales. I have total profit. You can have average profit too if you want to do that. We include it. So let's include it. So we have average profit. So we'll click on OK. Instead of typing the full thing, let me just use AVG. So we have average profit, average sales, total profit, total sales. So we'll click on OK. So I have that here. So I'll just do is what? Show my parameter here. Right. So like we always do, we always want to tie the parameter to our work. So I can tie the parameter. So how do I tie the parameter? Right. I have to create what? I have to create the calculation field, right? How do I create a calculation field? Now I'll come here, drop down, click on calculate. So we'll call that calculation field, we call it the chosen measure. Chosen measure. So I want to also again use the case statement. Case statement. So this time around, I'll just drag this in. I'll not write it like I did the last time. Just to show you all these things. So you say when total sales. So when in bracket in the speech mark, total sales, another speech mark, then give you what? sum of what? Sum of sales. I can drag sales from here. I can put it in the center there. Or you can type it. It's not the right there. Okay. So you say when we have total sales, give me total sales. Give me sum of sales. So when I see average sales, then give me average sales. So we say average, AVG, then we'll bring in sales again. That's sales. You can type it on. Maybe typing is faster self. I'm just showing what you can do. You can, Tableau allows you to drag. When sum profit, oh, when total, you can see when total, in that thing, you can remember when I type the total profit is total, capital letter you get. That's why I'm using capital letter. Then it must be exact the way you typed it, no mistake. Total, then we have the sum of what? Sum of profit. So for the purpose, I just type profit and click on this. So the next one is what? When total, when average profit, then what? Then average profit, and you end our code. So I'll put that in the chat again for those that are slow. If you have exactly what I have, it should work. So what you just do is click on OK. So what we want to do is replace this sum of sales down here. I want to replace it with this measure. So I remove sum of sales. I put in the measure. Right. So if I click on total sales, it will show total sales. If I click on average sales, it will show average. If I click on total profit, it will show total profit. If I click on average profit, click on average profit. But what is beautiful, what I can also do is bring in our chosen measure. Every time we create a parameter, we said a parameter is also like a field, but it's a parameter, but it can also act like a field. So if we bring this chosen measure here, you can see we can use to name this. So we can remove, you can see it's average, we have used to name this on the side. So we can remove this chosen measure here, right? You just remove it. So remove this chosen measure. So we have that. This one up here, you can remove the label. Oh no, not remove the label, sorry. So we can hide the field label, so or the role. So rather, first let me rotate it. If I rotate the label, let me hide this one first. If I rotate this one, so hide that one and rotate this label, so you see it can stay by the side. So we have it as average, so we know average profit. So every time you choose here, the guy changes. You see, it changes to total sales, it changes to average sales, it changes to total profit, it changes to average profit. So it's changing down here. So we can also change the name to here. You can say, what can we change the name to? Say, what can we change the name to? Can someone give us a, so we can say maybe the parameter. The parameter is the chosen measure, or we can say over time. So if we highlight this entire thing and change it to this, that's my own. I'm just using that font. You can choose whichever font you want. So if I apply this, so you say average profit over time, right? So it gives you the average profit over time. So if I click on OK, right? Let me copy this and create in the chat. So you can come up with a more unique name to do your thing here. So total sales over time, average sales over time, total profit over time, and what average profit over time. So firstly, if it's possible, let us do one more thing, right? Let's create a geographical map. Any questions so far? Should I assume I'm just talking to myself?
No, we are here. We are watching it.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not asking you to watch you. I'm asking you to learn.
No, we're actually following you. I'm doing it, so that's okay.
Okay, this part today.
Because we missed one whole week, right? And we don't want to sleep on this thing, right? So let's assume that we just have this, right? And I put in sales on size, and I increase the size. This one should not be new to you guys. To increase the size, say just this is sales, right? And I want to, for this two, you can also use the top 10, whatever. So you can also use the top 10, whatever, for all this kind of stuff too. So, and you can also do like a range or something, or some sorts. You can also do like a range of some sorts with this, but you can also, yeah. So yeah, but anyways, so let's assume we have this map now, for example. Let me something. I'm just want to mess around a little with my map. Just messing around a little bit with my own map. Okay, so let's assume that this card. Let's assume that this is my map, right? And these three things, I want to bring them all together in a sheet, right? So let's assume that we have these three. So this is line sales line visualization, and this is sales visualization. Okay. So let's assume we have this. Then I create a dashboard. Now in dashboard, I just make it like I make it automatic, right? And I come in, I bring in the bar, I bring in the line, okay. Put it directly underneath, and I bring in the sales, right? I bring in all these guys. Let me undo this. So I bring in these guys, right? Okay, so we have, I think I won't put this one again. So, and I have a title. Let me add the title to it. So I come to the sheet, dashboard rather. I come to dashboard and I say, where is that title? Show title. So what do I name this title? What do I name this title? Sales. It's so I just use that as my same format. That might stay this thing. So okay, let's assume I have this, and let's assume that somehow I want it to be that sometimes I want, because you see these things are small, I want it to be big at some point. So I want it to be that, okay, I would select this thing will only be showing me. Let me change the font of this guy. So all the fonts are like the same. Yeah, so let's assume that I want to make sure that every time that I'm working, this guy that we're looking at, it's, he is the entire view. That's what it shows. This one, I can select the entire view. I can select the entire view. So you can select between them, and you can select everything at once. The way to do that is, first, we have to create a parameter. So if I come here, I create a parameter. You create the parameter the same way. So okay, I made a mistake. I know that you guys, you would have not done this. But the point is, you don't have to arrange it my own way. You can just arrange it how you like. Me, I was just playing around with mine. So the main thing is for you to have three things in the visualization, in the dashboard. So create a dashboard with the three visualization that we have done so far. Put everything there, and we'll come to I'll just give you like 5 minutes to do that. If anybody has a question, let me know. Yeah. I want to believe that we are all done with that. So yeah, so I'll just move on. So I'll come to the this, and I'll create a parameter. So create a parameter. We can name the parameter chat. Okay, so I made a mistake. I was not supposed to say okay, yeah. So I was sleeping. So anyways, so string, right? And we give it list. So we have to give like list. So the first one is what's our first one? Is bar, the bar chart, right? So the second one is a what? A line chart, right? And the third one is a what? About the, and the last one is what? Vertical map, right? And then I would say what? Okay. So I would say show parameter, right? Show parameter, the bar chart. So how do we tie this in? So we have to create like a calculation field for that. So I'll click this and create a calculation field. So we can name the calculation field maybe the chosen chart, right? Chart that was chosen. So we can tie it to the chart. So we can bring the chart inside here. So chart, you just bring it inside. That's it. For all of us that are still typing here, I'll just wait like 1 minute for us to complete that one that we did and do this one and just put the chart in. If you have any problems,
So for this one, Ayo, you don't need to type in the case stuff.
No. I just all you're just doing is the chart. Yeah, is the chart you want. Once you click on, so it's the chart that we need. The chart that you are linking the chart to the chart I choose. So you're just linking it. You don't need to type case. Don't worry, over time you understand why you use case. But if you like, why as I've shown you this, I think you should still go and research on your own about case. And if you have a problem, if you have questions about it. In fact, you're already doing an SQL, right? So along the line, they teach you case in SQL. Say for example, if you want to, let's assume that you have list of documents and you want to, or not, you have a table and you want to like probably increase the salary of some people. You want to increase their salary based on their level, maybe their level or their job description. So if it's based on their level now, you can say, oh, case. The case is maybe job description or maybe level, right? So when the level is or equal to or say level 10, increase their salary, So we'll say then increase their salary by maybe their present salary by 0.5%, 2%, 3%, that kind of a thing. So you see, you are drawing out all this data, you are changing that. So that's how you use that in SQL. What do you teach you? Right? The idea is once you get the idea in SQL, you get it here. But if you get it here too, you get it in SQL. It's not so difficult like that. So I want to believe that all of us are done it. So you just say, okay. So when we have okay here, so we want to kind of like tie this right to this document. So we can bring this chosen that we can put it in filter. If we put it in filter, we'll now come to custom list. Then we'll add list. There's one that I did not add. Sorry. So if you come to this chart, edit your chart and include, because sometimes we want to see all, right? We want to see all the charts. you want to see all the three visualization at once sometimes, and sometimes you just want to see one. So we say all. I will say okay. So now I'll come back to what I was doing before. That chart, I'll put it in filter. What's happening? Okay. Sorry. Kind of like this. Just hold on. Oh. Sorry. I was doing the wrong thing. So yeah. So I'll bring this. Sorry, this chosen chart, this chosen measure, right? This chosen measure. The calculation field we created, we name this what again? Chosen chart. So this chosen chart, I'll put it in filter. Don't mind me. So chosen chart, I'll put it in filter. You know what I did? Let me just explain again. So what I did was in this chart, what I did was I created field. I said bar, the first one, second one line, the third one, graphical map. The fourth one is all. So the three of them must show. That's all. So I now put that in this calculation field here, this chosen chart, the calculation field, edit. So I just drag chart into it, right? So that's okay. So I now bring this chosen chart into filter. So here I'll now come to custom lists. Here I'll now create a list. I will say all, and I will add one more. Bar. I will do the same thing for every other one. So I'll click on what? Okay. Let me show this. Show now. Okay, show parameter. Well, why is bar not show? Bar is also show. What do you mean? Okay. Okay. But I didn't. Ah, yeah. List. Father. Okay, add. Yeah, I didn't add it. So when I click on, I was supposed to click on add, so I didn't click on add. So all and bar. So you just click on add and apply it so that it will show. Once you click on, when you type it, I thought I already added it. I did not know that. So you type it in and you add it. So like that, let me cancel, delete, remove the two. So I'll show you again. So all, you add that, then bar, you add that, and you see what? Okay, so it's there. So if you change it to line, you see it will not show. But if you change it to all, it will show. If you change it to bar, it will show. So now what we'll do is for sales line visualization, we'll do the same. We'll bring in this chosen chart, put it in filter. We'll call to custom. We'll say all. We add it. And we'll say line. We add it. We say okay. So if we show parameter here, show chart, show parameter. If you click on what? Line, you see the guy will show. If you click on all, it will show. But if you click on geographical map, it will not show. So I'll just leave it on all for now. So this same guy, so if you open this chart here, we say show parameter, right? And we come here, we bring in the chart, I'll put in filter. We come to custom list and we add it all, and the other one geographical map. So it has to be exact how it was there. So we add that and to be okay. So you see that one is there. So if you come here, geography map, to show. If you change it to line, it's not show. It's not show. So we'll come to this dashboard here now. And we'll say what we'll bring in the parameter chart. So parameter chart will show. So we'll say what show parameter. So yeah, so the parameter is also all. So if I select along the parameter now, okay, control. Not supposed to. Maybe it's because it's not supposed to be like, it's supposed to take the whole shape, the whole thing, the entire thing. Hmm. Yeah, there's something I'm missing somewhere. Source sheet. So source sheet target on action on select. Targeted sheets. Source target, yeah. There's something somewhere that I'm not doing right. I don't know what it is. remove this. It, okay. Select choose chart. Choose chart. Let's see. Choose chart. Run action on select. Okay, so I most likely, okay, so if I select sales bar visualization, to show me sales bar visualization. Let me add on action. I'm just thinking, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. So add on that filter. If I select geographical, should show geographical, right? Okay, then add on action, filter, select. So if I select line bar, it should show line bar. Thinking that's what I'm supposed to do. I go okay. This thing is still messing with me. I would, I'll find that out later and get back to you guys on that. It's supposed to take the whole sheet, right? That's what's supposed to happen, actually. Doing something wrong. Doing something wrong. And it has to do with this action somewhere. Let me see on sheet. Oh, something somewhere. Yeah, this action. Okay, let me go back to this. I did this. Just go on. This is just the name itself. See, something happening. Something I'm not doing it. Oh, yes. Let me see what this is. Not 10. So guys, I would try and sort this stuff. So what is supposed to happen is this is supposed to take the entire sheet. This is supposed to take the entire sheet. So it's supposed to be like interchanging, right? And when you select all is supposed to show. So I would come back to that later. I would try and see what I did wrong there, and then get back to that. So let's move to something else quickly. I don't want us to waste time on that. So I'll create a new sheet now. This is for I think our so what we're going to now do is we are going to look at a scattered plot. So scattered plot. So if, for example, now I want to look at scatter plot, I want to look at how sales is like with profit. You can put sales on the column and profit on the row. So we have something like this. Are we all here, please, guys? I'll come back to what I was trying to do earlier on. But are we all here? Are we all here?
Yes.
But and again, do we all have our dashboard so that it's going to be really fast? And if you have any question, we can answer that one after the class. So I'll just come here. So I want to explain to you what is happening here. So what it has done is this. Sum of sales, it has gone to sum up all the sales and pick the points. And it has sum of all the sales, pick the points, sum of all the profits and pick the points. So it is that point of intersection. So that's why when I put this my cursor on that circle, what is it showing me? It's showing me the total profit and total sales. Do you all understand? So if I want to have a scatter plot of this, what I'll come here is I'll come to analysis here. Where's the analysis? Yeah, I'll come to analysis and I'll uncheck aggregate measures, because when aggregate measures is ticked, what it means is it has aggregated all the measures. So if I uncheck it, it will do it individually. So it will be like, you know, when we are plotting a graph in mathematics now on our graph sheets, where we say 0 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 4, you know, that kind of a thing. And we are stacking, so it will come at pick points. So you see it has pick points, it has drawn the map. We can change our shape, right? We can change our shape. We can come here and change the shape to whatever we like. So I like this one, I'll just change to this. So this is the shape, this is our sales, right? There's an extreme one here. Oh, this is our sales, right? There are some that are outside, you know, sales, but you know, profit is minus. But sales is positive. Yep. So well, sales, so far you said there's positivity. It doesn't really matter. It's if you are making profit or not. So anyways, so what we want to do is that we want to use reference line to be able to, you know, identify or, you know, play around or look at this data in depth. So first, what we want to do is create a parameter for the threshold. Let's assume that, okay, maybe you have a threshold for sales. Let's say we are looking like, okay, these things that we're selling, our threshold for sales, we have a particular threshold, like any product that's not selling this particular amount, we don't want it. Or we just want to look at the sales threshold, or in fact, you know, I have the perfect data to like analyze this, but yeah, maybe we'll look at it when we look at scatter plot very well. Maybe that'll be one of the last things we look at. We'll just look at two more things, and I think that will be all for the class. So I think what would happen is we look at this scatter plot very well, but I'll get the data that you can use to look at it very, very well. So, but the important thing is, let's assume that, say, for example, for those of us that watch football that can relate. So if, for example, I know all of us know Cristiano Ronaldo. So 2 seasons ago, Cristiano Ronaldo was in Manchester United, but Ten Hag joined Manchester United as the new manager, and they were saying he was too old, right? So they looked at him as surplus to requirement. He was too old. So they are making money off the sales of jersey, you know, attendance in the stadium, people that want to watch him play, and endorsement and things like that. But his performance, they looked at it, his performance was low, right? So let's assume that we have all the Manchester United players here, and we have their values. We have their, the values of those players, the amount that they are paying them as salary, and their inputs. We can look at it on the graph like, okay, any player that their value is this high and their salary is this high, we don't want them in Manchester United again. You see, that's what they did to Ronaldo. His price was high, and his value was, if you are going to sell him, his value was low. So his value was low and his salary was high. Of course, they are still going to make money off him from endorsement and things, but in the future they can't really sell him for any amount. But he's collecting a lot of salary. Also, they had I think this Uraguan, what's that his name again? I've forgotten his name. Guy from PSG. So also that one too had to leave. So they had a lot of players like that, and they chased out based on analysis like this. But I want to show us how we can do that, right? Based on this product. So these products, their sales and their profit. So first we want to create a threshold. So we'll go to parameter and create that threshold. So first threshold is for sales. So we'll say sales threshold. Is threshold double S or single S? Single S, yeah. Okay. So yeah, so we have threshold, and we are going, because it's going to be value, so it's going to be integer, right? The currency value here, the current value, the display, we want it to be currency, right? So make it custom, and we want it to be, without decimal. I want it to have pounds, right? So it's cool like this, right? So then we want to use, let us use all, right? All values, right? And because we don't want to use like a range, so we just use all values. We can also put a range, right? But we don't need the range, just use all values. So we say, okay, we'll show parameter. We can duplicate this guy just to make it fast. And now edit it. And I'll remove the copy there. And I'll say what profit threshold. Right. So it's the same thing, the same everything. It's the same currency. So we put okay. So we show parameter. I want us to have done this, because the next one we have to follow each other. Okay, so yes, so I've just so we'll click on, I want to believe that we all have done this, right? We have all done this here. I should just keep moving. I shouldn't ask again. No, but because nobody's talking, nobody's answering me. Okay. Okay. Analysis. So anyway, so now what we want to do is we want to drag this reference line. Once we drag the reference line, right, we drop on sales. On sales, right? once you drop it on sales, something like this comes out. Now you have that reference line. You can see the reference line of it. So on this drop down, what do you want to make it? You want to make it sales threshold, right? So make it sales threshold. So whatever threshold you type in here is what happens. Is what happens here. Are we understanding? So I'm trying to like let us to explain the stuff well. So if you come to line, we can make it custom. Now we can say sales. So you can see as I'm typing, you can see sales is coming out. So it's what I'm typing that is there. So you can say sales, semicolon, space, and put in what? Value. So what are you seeing there? Sales and value, right? Are we understanding the check? So so that's that as regards to that. We can change the line if we want to. You want dash line, want to increase the thickness. So you can say I'll tick that line. So we want the line to be thin. We want the line to be to be dash, short dash, long dash, whatever, different color. So, yeah. So we say what? We say okay. So I've done that for sales, right? So if I change the value here for sales, if I change it to say 300, what happens? This value changes to 300. If I change it to 10,000, what happens? Value comes to 10,000. Let me reduce it to 115. So you can see there. So the same thing, we drag this reference line and you bring it up. We'll put it on what? Profit this time around. I will change this to what? Profit threshold. I will change this to custom. I will change this to, we type in profits, semicolon, and we'll click on this and put what? Value. We can use that same color that we used. This color, that's the color I use. And that's it. So you can see profits. And you can see okay. But if you see now, this profit, the way the thing is, and the profit, the sales there, you can see the way it is. Let me see this profit now, increase the money to say 1,000. I see where it is. So let's assume that, because let's assume that I used instead of 10, I put 200. You can see that this profit is on all these things. We don't want it to be on it. We want it to be at the extreme, so we can edit it. So if you click on this, you can format it, and you can come to this place and format the whole thing, the alignment. So you can make it to be the extreme end and at the top. So you can see what has happened there. It has changed. Same thing too, we can edit this line to format for it to come to the extreme here. So we go to custom, the alignment. You can see it has gone to the end, and it should has gone to the end of that line. See, you can even further edit itself, do some other things to it. You can give the background, you can change it, the font, you can do whatever you want to do to it. But the idea behind this is this. Oh Lord, I didn't plan. There's something that we can do. So there's something that we can do. So let us assume we are looking for products that their sales were 15 and their profit was 200. We can see that you can see the ones that fall in that category. You can see them. So, but there's also a way to do it that their color can change. But like I said, I want us to really look at that because there's a way we have to create a calculation field for that again, and also do all sorts of things. So But this one is to, have a line to mark it out, and we can see it. Right? You can have a reference line to mark it out. Now, what we can now do further is let me remove all these actions that I've created before. So there's something we can do again. We can have like action. So let me see if I remove them. Okay, so I removed all the action. So let's assume that I click on this. I want an action to happen when I click on this. Like, I want some action. Like, I think I showed us this in the last class. So I want an action to like happen from like, if I click on one, I want it to highlight it. I want there to be an action. There's a way I can do that. I can create an action. So say for example, I go to worksheet now. No, undo that. So I come to worksheet and I come to action. Yeah. Right. I add action. Okay, I think the action I should have used that time was go to sheet. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so okay, so I would add an action. Let's see, let's call the action. Let's say use. Let's see, when you over it. Parameter threshold. Sorry, just hold on. So yeah, so if you come to action again, sorry, just cancel that. We go to change parameter. Right. So let me see. So if you call this new sales. New sales. You say when you over it, target sales threshold, source, good source, sum of sales. This is sales, right? I with some, so I just want to be sure that I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, so we'll do the same for 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 for, for name profit, for new profit, right? Oh, let's just name it profit. So just hold on. I did this one quickly. So I did this one. So over profit, right? Then profit, I mean, like this sum up. If I go to apply, if I click on this and see what happens. So okay, so you can see what's happening here. So if I click on it, it moves along with it. So if I over it, if I over it, it moves along with it. If I over it, it moves along with it. If I over it, it moves along with it. So that's like an action. But we can also change. We can also change the action to be based on selection. Yeah, I did by hovering, right? So it can be by selection. So if I click on by selection, I come here, I click on by selection, come back here. So if I click on it, that's when it changes. If I click on it, that's when it changes. I have to click on it for it to change, to get. So you can use it out the command. Right? So it gives you like the sales and the profit of that product. So you come here, if I click on it, you can see. If I come and click here, you can see. So that's what you use stuff for. So I'll go over it one more time. So you come to sheet, you come to action, you come to add, you change parameter. That's what it's going to be. So when you go change parameter, then this dialog will come out. You can just name it. So the sheet source is the scatter plot that we did, and the run action on menu over select. So I put select, then target parameter. So is the parameter on this target, target parameter. So this parameter will be changing. That's parameter, target parameter, sales threshold. Then the field is going to be sum, it's going to be sum sales from the data source. Some sales from data source, and the aggregate is sum. But if you want, you are using some aggregates, we're not using average or whatever. So this same one too here, profit, we do the same for profit, but this time around profit threshold and some profit. This time around some profit and some. So yeah. So that's that as regards to that. So you can move around, you can move around, move around. So what I can just do is I can add this one more to this place. So let's just have like a what's it called? A dashboard for this sprint, right? So that we would not say for this sprint we we don't have anything to show. So we have like a dashboard, but better still, you can still make your dashboard better than what it is. It can be better than this. You can. Like I said, me, I'm just playing around. Like at the moment, I'm not. I'm very keen on like what's it called? Editing and things like that. So yeah, so you can still edit this to be really beautiful. In fact, you can edit it to really beautiful. You can decide to even put all these ones on one, what do you call it? One row, and let this one be bigger than what it is. Depends on what you want to do exactly. You can do so many things. Depends on how you want to do your dashboard. And you can decide to put these ones on top. So the parameter, this is what the parameter is used for. It's used for, selecting between things, for doing those kind of things. For example, now I can still type that 300, the thing will still move by itself. So it doesn't really, yeah. So as regards that. So let me try and see this action, this thing that is not working. So what I'll just do is to make this thing, to make it even better, is what I can do is I can come to this chart now, edit it, include the scatter plots. Right. If I click this out, it's already there. So all I just need to do is bring this chart, chosen chart into this, then come to this list, add all, and scatter plot. I hope you all understand what I'm doing. So add that to it. See, okay, apply. So we know that if you come to this place, if you select scatter plot, only scatter plot to show. But we are looking now, we need to look for a way that everything is going to show on one sheet, right? That is the part that let me try something else. Okay. I see the problem now. So I think it's because of the way I arranged it. So you know how I laid them on one another. Let's see. Title. Where's my title? Where's my title not showing? Wait, where's my title not showing? So title. Okay, title is there. So wait. So let's see. Okay, so you can see what's happening now. Right. So what I did was I just brought in a vertical, I brought in a vertical container, I just put everything under each other. So you see if I select this, this guy comes out, line chart comes out. So I can even bring this one to the top, yeah, just above this nigga. Okay, no. Just put above this guy, and I did this one, come up, okay. So the line chart, so this one, so if I click on the bar comes out, right? If I click on the line comes out, right? If I click on the geographical map, the geographical map comes out, right? If I click on the scatter plot comes out, right? And everything is layers. So I can now, work with my measures. I'm sorry, with my let's go. I can work with my parameters here. So what I can also do to the parameter is I'm looking at the parameters. Why did I put the chosen measure? So I can just, sorry, I did that. So I can just come here and edit the name. Edit. I can change this to dimension, right? So it's not like choosing dimension. I can change this to what edit measure. So I can even give you something better. So yeah, so that is that as regards to that. So we have completed parameter. So does anybody have any question for me? Guys, are we sleeping? People are no longer interested. No?
Yeah, here.
Are we confused? Are we bamboozled? Like, just tell me, you guys are paying money for this. You can easily learn this. You can, if you don't come to Blue Sky Studio, you can sit down in your house and be checking YouTube. But we are here, and we are here because you want to learn. So if you have a question, please.
Yeah, I missed this sample, but I think I'll catch up by rewatching the video. Yeah.
Okay. That's who am I speaking to?
Friends.
Okay, that's just Prince. So Adura, do you have anything to say? Elvin, Daniel, Denifulua, Peace, Rose, Kemi.
Yeah, I'm here as well,
We are,
but just
we are
need
here.
to rewatch the video. There's a lot to take in,
Yes.
and the brain
No,
is
sir.
tired.
You know, more like it's a crash program that you are taking us through this evening, sir. So definitely one has to go over the video again. That's just it, sir. You have explained and we understand, but definitely one has to go over it again.
No problem then. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this class?
I will give it nice, sir.
Nah, you're whining me up because
I'm not whining you because you have delivered.
no problem. So yeah, so that's that as regards to that. What else? What else? Well, if you still have like how many minutes? Say like 15 minutes. I don't know. What else? What else? Do you have any question? Anything that you need me to cut from last class? Um, you will understand what we did in last class. Hmm?
Maybe I can ask this question. What sort of data set or what sort of situation
Yeah, I'm listening.
can we find ourselves that we take out this way of having to analyze
Okay.
is the data set this way?
Okay. Okay. So for example, now you see that's a very good question. For example, let's say for example, a company comes to you, right? And let me see if I can explain this. Let me see if I can open an example. So let's assume that let's assume that this is dates. This is company. This is growth, right? This is sales. This is profits. Let's assume this is under dates. This is products, customer, services. Customer satisfaction. What else? When we're checking review, we look at when we're checking the product, we look at customer satisfaction, we look at the price, right? And we can look at customer satisfaction and price. So let's assume that we have maybe for this, maybe we don't even need a date. So let's assume we have different products. Maybe we have different types of toothpaste. We have Close Up. We have Aqua Fresh. Let's just assume we have different toothpaste. What other toothpaste do we have? Let me just check. Let me just. We have brands of toothpaste. So we have Colgate, we have Sensodyne. So we have Cool. So I just use a short for it. You have Colgate, we have Senso, we have which one did I see again? Aman something, Aman. We have Peps and something. I don't know. So, anyways, let's say we have different toothpaste and we have different satisfaction for it. So let's say we have 98, we have 78, we have 45, 46, we have 30, we have 99, we have maybe 86. And the price, so it's £2, so it's £1.50. This one is £3. No, this one is £3. This one is 2.5. This one is 2. This one is so this one is 7. So this one is say 1.2. Right. Let's assume for we have different company. We have let us see. Okay, let's see. Let's see. We have different designers. We have ND. G. We have which other designer do we have, please? Prada. We have say we have Armani and so on, right? And their growth, say the growth of Fendi is like 89. The growth of Gucci is like 85. The growth of Prada is like 70. The growth of Armani is like 80. So I just align these guys here. I put percentage there, and I'll take this back. Why did it do? Why did it do this? Okay, anyways, I'll just adjust this. So let's assume this one price, yeah? So I just change this to okay, let's do this one. So this satisfaction, so to take me back, I'm supposed to do percentage for it. So yeah, I'll just adjust it. So we'll be able to look at this analysis very well. Let me know that distance is too much, so let me use Let me make this one. Let's make everything like close. So it's like so we can know we are doing something. So yeah. So let's assume that, for example, you as a person, you want to buy a toothbrush, you want to buy a toothpaste. You see all these things are the category. Their category. They are what? Toothpaste. You see all these guys, they are all toothpaste. So you want to analyze all these toothpaste. Now we have their price, but you have customer satisfaction. Now, technically, if we look at it normally, if we see a toothpaste with high price, we want to believe that toothpaste is the best toothpaste. Because based on the price, we want to we as people, we judge by the price. The more expensive the thing, better the thing, or we feel the more comfortable the thing will be normally. But we want to look at it based on statistics. So there are people that use this close-up, there are people that use Aquafresh, there are people that use Colgate, there are people that use Sensodyne, and then the rest. And those people have done the satisfaction, right? But also, they also have their prices. Now you want to check their prices with their satisfaction. So you want to believe that the higher the price, the better the satisfaction. But we can see that this two is telling us that this place is 2, is 98%. This one is 3, but it's 96%. This one is 2 and it's 99%. So we are seeing like a pattern there. You see, this one is 1.2, but the difference in price between this one and this one is minus 80 pence. So, but we are saying like it's 80 pence, but we see the satisfaction against 87. Can maybe like you now, you can look at like 87 and it's still okay, that it's still above 80. So your own mark can be 80. But see this one 1.5, but it's below 80. So you can say, okay, we have removed this one from the list. This toothpaste, this one is 1.2. I'm going to pick this one. But if you want, let's assume that data is more complex than this, and it's a lot of toothpaste that you're analyzing. So this can be a good way to analyze it. Likewise, also, let's assume that, for example, you want to invest in a company. So let us say their sales, their sales is maybe 1 billion. Their profit is like, say, 200 million. So the reason why I put here, so let's assume that this one, their profit is maybe 1.2 billion. Let's believe that all these things I'm writing is billion. Okay. Let's assume that it's billion I'm writing. I'll just put 1 there. So let's say this one is 1.5. This one's 1.3. Maybe this one's profit is 100 million. 50 million. This one is 200. This one is 250. Now maybe we also have running costs. And we have the year. So first, we have running costs. Say running cost for this one. The running cost of this company is 300 million. This one is 350 million. This one is 400 million. This one is 100 million. So we see we have the profit, we have running cost, and we have date. Let's say for all this company, the date is 2005. So we can have subsequent dates. You can have the same company, repeat the same company again, right? We can have this same company repeated again, right? And maybe this time around, instead of 2005 to 2006. And their running cost might change. Maybe for this year, maybe it's like 280. The running cost for this one is 37. Maybe this one increased. Maybe this one decreased to 300. Maybe this one increased to 120. And maybe their profit, profit also. Maybe this one's profit. I mean, growth increased to 32. Maybe this one, the growth reduced. Maybe this one, the growth reduced. Maybe I'm just giving an example. Of course, it's not like maybe this one too reduced. And maybe their profit and whatever. First, and let's assume that we have company like this company now. You want to like investigate them based on like you want to invest in them, or you want to advise on like you want to advise on investment, right? So first, you want to even look at the pattern of the company based on their year. You can use this scatter plot to look at how the sales and profit, and there's a way you can bring in running cost into this. So I said something. I said there's a way that you can change the color. There's a way you can bring in one additional variable into this. So let's say assume I have sales and profit. There's a way I can bring in, say, what other thing can I bring into this? Quantity. Like now, for example, now this product. See this product now, for example. This product, I don't know what product is, so let me bring in product name, put it on label. Oh no, that would be too much. So I'll put it on detail, right? So if I put it on detail, it automatically go into tooltip. So you can see the product name. So you can see this product now. So let me see. Quantity. Do we have quantity?
Under order,
Quantity.
yes.
So quantity, you can put it on details also. So I'm saying now this product now, how many have they sold? 4. Now I can come to this product now. How many has it sold? 8. 8 of this product, and you see the profit, the sales is, and the profit is low. But see this product now, how many they sell? Just 4. Just 4 of it, and see the sales that we're making from this product, right? So what I'm trying to say in essence is there's a way you can bring in quantity into this variable, right? If you bring quantity into this variable, it will let us know. We can say, okay, let us know the ones that fall into this category, but the quantity of sales is this amount, right? Likewise, if you have this stuff like this, now you can plot profit. Maybe you can look at the profit that they're making. Sales might not really concern you. What concerns, if I look at this, what really concerns me is the profit they're making, the growth rate, and their running cost. Right? And maybe I can now go and look at, okay, why is their running cost changing? Is it because they are growing? Because some some companies can increase the number of stores that they have this year. Next year they'll just maintain that store. So increasing the store might require them to invest in property, right? And over years, maybe that property they are buying it. Maybe over years the cost of the property reduces, of maintaining the property reduces, right? Because the cost of acquiring will most likely be more than maintaining. Or maybe the maintaining is even, you can acquire and maintaining that property that you acquire can be high in the long run. So all these things we can see from the running cost and things like that. So that scatter plot is a way to look at things like that. Right? I don't know if I answered your question. So that's for scatter plots.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so you can use that for scatter plot. But for you see all these other ones, let me return this one to. So I'll return this to all there. So this one, we can use this one normally now. You know how we can use this one top to check top something. So you can top sales, top profit, the product with top profit, the customer with the top, you can go and look at, this California, they have the top sales. Okay, let's go and look further into California. What's happening in California? Why do you have top sales in California? What are the products that are selling in California? You can still go and look further into it. So we have that top for that, just to have an overview. Right. This line is to let you understand, the pattern of, profit, average profit. So you understand the pattern of profit, right? So we can see like, if you look at on the average, like on the average, how is profit like? That's what you use the average profit over time for. Like on the average, how does it look like? And you can also, all these things, you can also use all these reference line for them. On this same map, you can use a reference line. So your reference line, what you want is you want to have something that is below, because we did something about like reference line in the last class. We did it for sales, in between the sales, like okay, from this period to this period. But you can also use reference line in the other direction, like say look at profit, within the range of the profit, this range 100 and 150. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like you have an upper threshold. So like in this one now, we did the line reference, we did it for sales threshold. So we can have sales threshold, that's lower threshold and upper threshold. So if, for example, I bring in like a reference line here, I bring in for the aggregate, right? So I can have, if let's assume I already have a measure that I've done for threshold. I can have threshold, I can have threshold for, we already have threshold for profit somewhere. So we can have threshold for profit on it and have threshold for what? And for lower profit and upper profit. I will just cancel this. I would return it to choosing measure. So if for example, let us assume that, say, for example, I put this on maximum, right? And I bring in another guy for measure 2. Now I put it like minimum. So rather than putting maximum and minimum, I can put a threshold for it. I can tie it to a parameter. So if I tie it to a parameter, I can without that parameter, I can say that okay, these are the months that fall within this parameter. The months that fall out of this parameter, you can kind of like know them from the lines, from the lines that you use. Then also you can even also have like the trend lines. There, you can also use the trend lines to find things, right? So all this stuff, you can use them to analyze your sheets. But it depends on, like you said, it depends on the data they are working on. So Tableau is like, you can use it for so many things. I don't know if I answered your question. So
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
yeah. We know what we use geographical map for. So I think that's all as regards to that. Yeah, you can stop recording, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't have any question again,